Subscribe to the Archivist 42 channel for gaming top 5s, reviews and more. Hi people, it's Archivist here, coming at you with yet another top 5. When it comes to game graphics, we have come so far over the past decade. If you compare late PlayStation 2 games to PlayStation 4 games such as Killzone Shadowfall, the difference is truly astounding. Although I am and always will be a massive fan of photorealism in gaming, it's always refreshing to see something a little different. The technique known as cel shading, for example, can do a lot for a game. So in today's list, I'll be going through my top 5 cel-shaded games. Enjoy.
Number 5.
First on the list is the most recent entry into the Sly Cooper series, Thieves in Time. Many have described the Sly Cooper series as playing through a cartoon, and I would have to say this is a fairly accurate description. The playful art style lends itself beautifully to the bombastic nature of the series. The reason I'm choosing Thieves in Time is quite simply because it has the most polished visuals, allowing it to embrace cel shading at a more complex level than the original games.
Number 4.
Okami's visuals are some of the most unique and striking of any video game out there. The cel shading, combined with the obvious Asian influence, come together to form a tapestry of breathtaking colour and design. What's more though is that the game truly understands its unconventional look and utilises it through every facet of the experience. Okami was a game that dared to be different, an act that grows increasingly rare these days.
Number 3.
I have a sneaking suspicion that Borderlands 1 and 2's distinct cel-shaded look was made with one very clear objective in mind. Considering that first-person shooters have pretty much flooded the market, you can see why Gearbox would decide to go with a design that would help distinguish themselves from the rest. As anyone who has played the original Borderlands will know, the graphics were by no means its only selling point, but I wonder how many of us would have discovered that if it wasn't for its alluring visuals. After 2 games, there isn't a lot of difference at all between them, but just for the sake of decisiveness, I'll go with Borderlands 2.
Number 2.
The Wind Waker HD did a great job of recapturing the attention of many Zelda fans with its release last year. I think that Wind Waker is a great example of how effectively cel-shaded games age. Normally when a game is remade in HD, you can still usually tell that it's an old game. However, because the Wind Waker's graphics are so stylised, you could easily mistake it for a modern game.
It's number 1.
The Walking Dead not only incorporates the use of cel shading to great effect, but it actually does so without lowering the tone of the subject matter. Many people often associate cel shading with cartoons, and you can see why considering that many games do this intentionally, for example the Simpsons game. However, the more subtle approach used by Telltale grants The Walking Dead an uncommon aesthetic without ever making the game seem silly. Another benefit of this design is that it's reminiscent of The Walking Dead graphic novels. Those are my top 5 cel-shaded games. Do you enjoy the cel-shaded look, or do you think it seems a bit out of place? Let me know in the comments below. As always people, thanks very much for watching, and see you next time.